Who's the timer? Jacob? Okay. Why do young men do dumb things? I have a son, which is a young man, and sometimes things happen. And when they do, I look at my son and say, Howard, what were you thinking? Fellow Toastmasters and invited guests, today I'm going to share a moment in time in my life when I was a young man and I did something that was not so bright, and how that helps me to understand my son. I was in college and I had just joined a fraternity, and they were planning an event for a Halloween party for kids. One of the brothers is a mortician. He has a coffin. We could use it, but somebody had to transport it. And me, someone with no car, no transportation, I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I volunteered. I'll do it. So I go home and I talk to my mom, and I don't tell her what I'm transporting. I just say, Mom, can I use your car? And she says, sure, Howard. My mom's car is a 1970s orange Gremlin. A little bit bigger than a Bug, but not exactly a transportation car where you would transport equipment. So a couple of days later, I drive out to Pomona, and I drive to this guy's shop, and he comes out his shop, and he looks at me. And he looks at the car. He doesn't say anything. But he says, come on, let's get the coffin. So we get the coffin. We bring it out to the Gremlin. Gremlin has like a hatchback. We open up the hatchback. A little bit of the coffin fits in. A lot of the coffin is sitting outside the car, and we strap it down in there tight. And then I'm off. Here's where I knew I hadn't really thought this out. I hit the freeway, and cars are pulling up alongside of me, and they're looking at me. Soon it's lots of cars just staring at me. And I didn't think about an orange Gremlin driving down the freeway with a coffin sticking out the back of it was a bright idea after that. So I go to my mom's house because I have to store this for several days. The event is not starting that night. So I get to my house, I go in and get my brother, and my brother comes out. He goes, that's a coffin. What's it doing in your, what are you thinking, Howard? My brother is mad. I say, well, I need your help. I gotta store it. My next bright idea was, I didn't put it in the garage. I thought, I'll put it in my bedroom. So now the neighbors are coming out. My brother is helping me get this coffin out the car, and we're going into the front door of my mom's house. And the neighbors are staring, and we're going into my bedroom, and we put the coffin in my bedroom. My brother goes and calls my mom. He's mad. My mom comes home, and she says, Howard, you didn't tell me you were getting a coffin. And I said, Mom, I'm sorry. And my mom just shook her head at me and said, I don't know what to do. So now several more days go by, and then this time, my brother is opening the curtains to my room and showing people he has a coffin in there. He calls my father and tells my father, and now, after a few days, it's time to take the coffin to school. My brother helps me lift the coffin up out of my bedroom. We're coming out the front door of my mom's house. We walk to the Gremlin. The neighbors are starting to come out again. We strap it into the Gremlin. The neighbors are looking at me, shaking their head, and I'm off again. I hit the freeway. And while I'm on the freeway, the coffin slips. It starts to move. I can't drop a coffin on the freeway. I cannot do that. So I get off the freeway and I go to my father's house. My father comes out the door and he's like, Junior, what are you thinking? That's a coffin. I said, Dad, I just need rope. He said, Junior, you are cursing our family. I said, Dad, I think God will be okay. I just need rope. So my father goes and gets rope. He won't help me, but I strap it down even tighter. The neighbors at his house are coming out looking at me, saying, is that Howard? Well, I tighten it down, and I'm off again. On the freeway, people are staring at me. But I get to Long Beach State. The brothers come out, and they look at me. They look at the car, look at the coffin, and they just shake their head. Well, Toastmasters, looking back on that ridiculous, crazy, wild moment, I learned it wasn't a mistake. It was a lesson. A lesson in responsibility, a lesson in humility, and sometimes the need for extra rope. So when my son stumbles, it's not just a mistake. It's him becoming a young man, just like I once was. Mr. Toastmaster.